Good morning, guys, or maybe good evening, guys, wherever you are in the world. I'm in Thailand right now, and it's morning for me. I'm drinking here my coffee, and I'm ready to break down UFC Fight Night Adesanya versus Imavov. So I like this card. I like the spots we have here, and I have some bets I want to make. I'll share with you some of the bets that I'm looking to make. And yeah, it's going to be a good one. So let's start with the first fight of the night. We got Hamdi Abdelwahab and Jamal Pogues. I'm going to say that Jamal Pogues is going to win. You got a guy here, Hamdi, who's he had a debut in the UFC. It was a no contest. But other than that debut, that by the way I didn't watch, so let's stay transparent here. I'm not impressed. Like, he got knockouts against guys that are 4-4, 3-2, 0-0, and he was in bare knuckle, and again he's winning, right? Although he's winning against cans, but he's winning. So I don't know. That might be one of those fights where he can win here as well. But I'm not gonna bet this fight, to be honest. I'm looking for the I don't look to jump over 7 foot bars. I look around for 1 foot bars that I can step over. That's my mentality, and I got that from Warren Buffett. So this is I don't care. I'm not gonna even do the research because I don't care. I don't see the value here. Next fight it's more interesting. We got Bogdan Grad and Lucas Alexander. So Lucas Alexander, he was a big favorite coming up in his fight against Jeka Sergi, and he got knocked the fuck out. Which Sergi has a really good. He has good power. His grappling is shit, but he has good power. Um, Bogdan Grad is also a very dangerous striker. What I'm concerned here is about the chin on both guys. Bogdan Grad got completely starched by Tom Nolan, and Lucas Alexander, bro, he got starched by Jeka Sergi. I'm gonna pick Bogdan Grad. I really liked what I've seen from him in his fight against a very tough opponent, Michael Aswell, where he got a split decision. He's very dangerous. He can split you up open against the cage with those elbows. He can strike with you. He can wrestle. Like, he's really good. Overall, I'm impressed by Bogdan Grad. I think that 145 is the division that he should stay in. And I don't know, man. Lucas Alexander, I'm not impressed. So give me Bogdan Grad to get the win. Next fight, we got Jasudavicius and Mayra Bueno Silva. I'm going to go with Jasmine. I think that she's going to be able to control Mayra on the ground and avoid the submissions. Like, the way Jasmine takes you down, she knows how to prevent being guillotined. But Mayra Bueno Silva, she's really good. Like, she has nasty submissions. She had held the belt not long ago, and now she's in the prelims after having a no contest because she was taking some juice, losing to Pennington and Macy Chiasson, getting cut. I don't know. I wouldn't lay money on Jasmine at this odds. I think that's a stretch, and the value is definitely on Mayra Bueno Silva, who can she can snatch a submission. Like, I don't. I see that potentially happening. So I'm just gonna avoid this betting wise. I'll say that Jasmine wins. If this fight goes the distance, it's Jasmine. But Myra can always snag a submission here. Well, here's a fight that's not gonna go the distance. We got Terrence McKinney and Damir Hadžović. So we know what Terrence McKinney is all about. It's boom or bust. In this fight specifically, I think that he can actually get the win. Damir's last fight was in 2022 against Mark Diakese. That's a long time ago. And McKinney, he got destroyed by Ribovic. But we know what he's all about. He's gonna come at you, and or he gets knocked out, or he knocks you out or submits you. Now in this fight, I don't want to pick a side because Damir can definitely starch McKinney, and McKinney can definitely submit Damir, who was submitted by Moicano, rear naked choke, and we know that McKinney has the, like, if he's on and he goes with his grappling, like, he's gonna get you, or he's gonna fatigue and get knocked out himself in the second round. So I'm just gonna say this fight is not going the distance. Probably you're not getting really good odds on that. Like, let's see. I'm not laying 121 on Terrence McKinney, that's for sure. He's unreliable with his chin. I'll say that this fight is probably not going the distance. I don't know if I'm gonna take the under 1.5 rounds, but fights ends inside distance, like, 113. It's, yeah, the books already know, so it's hard to put that money, but the fight is probably not going the distance. This is a play I like, by the way. Here is a play I find value. Thomas Petersen against Shamil Gaziev. I don't know in what world Shamil Gaziev should be a minus 400 against Thomas Petersen. Thomas Petersen is arguably a better wrestler than Shamil, and he has as good, if not better, striking than Shamil. Yeah, Shamil is going to be the bigger guy over there, but the way I see it, if Petersen manages to take him down and secure the takedown in every round, he's going to stay on top and he's going to control Shamil. And I don't think that Shamil should be this heavy of a favorite. You give me plus 300 and the line keeps moving in favor of Petersen, like in favor of Shamil. Actually, Petersen now, but 370. So I just think that the value is on Petersen here. And, fuck the value if he loses, right? But I actually think he can win this fight. We saw what he did to Usman in his last fight. He has good wrestling, man. He really has good wrestling. I think that Gaziev wouldn't be able to take him down. If there's anyone taking down the other guy, it's gonna be Petersen. So I'm gonna pick the dog and think Petersen can get the win here. Next fight, we got Kaan, Ofli, and Naimov. Naimov coming off of a loss to Felipe Lima, who's I'm very high on. I think Felipe Lima is gonna be a problem. I see him getting to the top 15, top 10, top 5 in 2025. And Naimov, man, Naimov was actually winning in the first two rounds. Like, the first round you can argue, but he was on top. getting that ground and pound going. Second round also he was very dominant. But in the third round, man, Felipe Lima just came out mad, bro. Like, his corner hyped him up. And he just, like, Naimov did a stupid mistake and gave his back and got submitted immediately. Now, this is not a mistake that you can do against a guy like Kaan Ofli as well, who has really slick jiu-jitsu, good submissions, good guillotines. So, if Naimov wants to win this fight, he just needs to strike. Because in the striking department, for sure, Naimov is the better striker. We saw what happened to Kaan Ofli when he tried to strike with Santos. He got starched. And Naimov has power. He can knock you out. He can definitely knock you out. And, you know, it's at this point, I believe that he would be able to, like, I think he's the much better fighter. Like, if he gave Felipe Lima problems on the feet, like, he's definitely gonna give Kaan Ofli problems on the feet. But sometimes he shoots for those weird takedowns. I don't know. I hope he's not gonna do that here and not get guillotine. I don't think he will. And I'm pretty sure he worked on his cardio to be able to go 3 rounds. He's fighting out of Denver, Colorado. We know that the places like Denver, with their altitude, they're building cardio machines. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Naimov. I say that he's gonna do it by knockout. 3 rounds, he's gonna find Kaan's chin, and after that brutal knockout he had against Santos, bro, I think he's gonna get starched again. So give me Naimov. Starting off the main card with a banger, bro. Oof, I like this fight. You got Ziam and Mike Davis, pissed boy. Man, Ziam looked like a fucking killer, man. In his last fight against Frevola, he was just so good with his striking, so good with his jiu-jitsu, and I'm really impressed by Ziam. He really improves. But Mike Davis is a whole other level. Like, Mike Davis is just, he's just good, man. Like, his striking, his submissions, like his back control, his back takes, he's good, man. He's not that active. He had injuries and all that, but he came back. But the guy is different. He's on a different level, as they say. You know, it's gonna be very hard for me to pick against Ziam because he got good striking defense. We saw that Frevola couldn't touch him, couldn't catch him. Man, but I'm gonna go with my boy Mike Davis, Beast Boy, coming off a win against Natan Levy, who he completely dominated in that fight. Yeah, so I think he can get Fares. He can take him down, and he can maybe get a submission. I don't think he would want to stay on the feet with Ziam. He's a very lanky fighter, 75-inch reach compared to 72.5, which is also a good reach for this division. So I'm gonna pick Davis. I think he can find a way to control Ziam. But I wouldn't be surprised if Ziam is winning here. I wouldn't be surprised. So, yeah, give me Mike Davis to get the win. Hey, bro, next one, even better. We got Said Nurmagomedov and Vinicius Oliveira. Man, Vinicius Oliveira looked phenomenal against Ricky Simon. He was a big dog. And, bro, he made Simon look like a fucking plus 900 in that fight. Vinicius, man, he's very dangerous. Really good kicking game, knees, very unpredictable. The guy is fucking crazy, man. You see his fucking expressions and like he's a fucking crazy lunatic motherfucker. And that's good for this sport because you need people that are just fucked up in the head in a good way. Like I think he has a daughter, like he's married, but he's fun, man. He's entertaining. I like watching him fight. But this time he's taking a guy who can strike as good as in, if not better, man. Like Said Nurmagomedov, bro. Like the way his striking and his just ability to get his feet to people's faces is just insane. Like the guy is really good. So it's gonna be a banger. But I think that Said Nurmagomedov is going to be able to win here against Vinicius. I think that he's gonna be too much on the feet, and maybe he's gonna try to wrestle. I don't know, because Vinicius got taken down before when he fought against Sopaj. And by the way, Sopaj was winning that fight until that flying knee at the end. One worry I have against with Nurmagomedov, he tends to gas. So that might be a problem. He got nasty guillotines. So if Vinicius in any way will try to take him down, be sure like that Said is gonna snatch that neck. So I like Said here. I think that he's gonna win against Luke Dog. So yeah, give me Said to win. Next fight, we got Sergey Pavlovich and Jairzinho Rozenstruik. I'm picking Pavlovich. I think Pavlovich is locked in, as they say. After that loss he had to Alexander Volkov, who looked phenomenal in that fight. All he did was really keep the range and touch Pavlovich. He didn't want to have anything to do close range with Pavlovich. Look how this motherfucker looks, man. Look at that fucking neck. Like, this guy is a fucking monster. And Rozenstruik, with all due respect, he never faced someone... Well, he did face someone as good. Even better. And he got knocked out every time. He got knocked out by Volkov. He got knocked out by... what's his name? Predator. And Pavlovich is gonna knock him out. Why? Because Rozenstruik doesn't have the reach to stay on the outside and try to touch Sergey Pavlovich. He doesn't have that option. He's gonna need to come close range with Pavlovich. And what happens when you try to come near Pavlovich? You're going to sleep. You're going to sleep, bro. So Rozenstruik is not, he can't wrestle, obviously. There's no way for him to win in this fight. It's impossible. Pavlovich, look at how this motherfucker looks. He's gonna find the chin. I'm sorry, Rozenstruik, 37 years old almost. He just doesn't have the reach. Volkov had the reach to stay on the outside. Right? That's how he managed to survive. That's how he managed to win, because Pavlovich was headhunting all the fight, which obviously was a mistake. But he couldn't find Pavlovich's head because Pavlovich is too fucking long. Rozenstruik is not that long. He's just not. So give me the 84-inch cannon to get the win. Next one, we got Nurmagomedov and Michael Page. Magomedov, man, what a performance in his last fight against Armen Petrosyan. Huh. That double spinning back fist was a knockout to be remembered. Michael Page, man, I think he's being overlooked in this one. Michael Page made Ian Machado Gary a wrestler. He made Kevin Holland try to pull guard. Bro, we're speaking about a guy who arguably is one of the best strikers, pure strikers in MMA. Now, Magomedov, bro, I understand the hype, but at the end, I think that the style of Michael Page was just staying on the outside and darting inside. I think it's gonna be problematic for Shara because fucking the speed of Page is just insane. Like the way he just darts in and out is just, I think it's too much for a guy, for anyone. Like, now Shara is also fast. He got good leg kicks, and he's on a roll. But I just see Michael Page starching Shara potentially. We haven't seen him being rocked or anything, but like with Tricoli in the first 2 rounds, it was kinda close. Oleksiejczuk was shooting takedowns, but man, Michael Page is on a different level, striking wise. So give me Michael Page to get the win here. I think he can. I think it's gonna be a decision. But I wouldn't be surprised if Shara finds a knockout here as well. But I'm sticking with the dog. I think Michael Page is gonna win. Main event, we got Israel Adesanya and Nassourdine Imavov. Israel Adesanya, 3 losses in his last 5. But who he lost to? Lost to Dricus du Plessis. Lost to Sean Strickland. Lost to Alex Pereira. Won against Alex Pereira. Holy shit. Lost to Alex Pereira. Won against Jared Cannonier. Listen, I really like what I've seen from Imavov with his striking and all that. But man, we're talking about Easy Stylebender, who's 35 years old, right? But man, I just think that Easy, he is in a place now mentally. He looks happy, right? He looks happy now. I think he was fucked up mentally before, especially against the Sean Strickland fight. And, you know, a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter. Now, Imavov, man. I like Imavov. I like what he brings. He got good takedown defense. He got good grappling. Overall, his striking is really impressive. He has a good game overall. Like, he can do everything. But when you compare the striking of the two, I think that Easy got the clear advantage. I think that he's the way better grappler out of the two. Striker out of the two. And that's what's going to get him the win. I don't see him finishing Imavov because Imavov is really tough. He was never finished. So, yeah, I'm just going to say Easy by decision. I think that's a a possibility. But I wouldn't be surprised if he finds a knockout. You know, it's easy at the end. So yeah, give me Israel Adesanya to get the win here. I say decision. That's it, guys. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, join the Telegram group. You know, do all that shit for me. For you, not for me. Like, you know, I just bring content. I don't care. Whatever you do, you can do. But yeah, that's it, guys. If you want to comment, you can do that as well. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Ciao. Goodbye.